Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, players and collectors, to my channel, Ren's Collectibles. If you're new here, I'm Ren, and today I am bringing you another exciting installment of Nosteram news, where I give you guys all the latest and greatest updates and information on Nostalgix TCG. And today we have a really good one. We got some big news revolving around Harmonic Surge, which is the second set coming up here very, very soon. We also have some market updates and analysis, because I do want to show a little bit on the markets, and I'll explain why when we get to that point. And a huge piece of information is the very first thing we're going to talk about, which is Caster Society. Yes, Caster Society is picking up Nostalgix TCG. Let's get into it. All right, so as you guys are seeing on the screen here, we have a flyer, a little promotional here for Caster Society and whatnot. Now, Caster Society is known as the big MetaZoo play group, group of people that go out and play. They have their own tournament team, all that stuff. But they are finally diving into Nostalgix TCG, and they have said that it's going to be part of their routine. They're going to continue doing Nostalgix streams and openings here. Now, this one actually took place yesterday as of this recording, and somebody, whoever was the highest bidder on all this stuff, picked up a golden lucky frog first edition, if it was going by the picture here. I do not know how much that sold for offhand. I'm going to try to dig a little bit deeper and see if I can figure that piece out for you guys. But it looks like they were ripping open some decks and a booster box and kind of going from there, and it seemed to be gaining a lot of traction when I last saw it. I'm going to dig into that one a little bit more, but that is a big piece of information that Nostalgix is being picked up by people like Caster Society. That is huge. That is huge for Nostalgix. So awesome to see that. I hope more people pick this up and continue to get into it like Caster Society is, but the very first and foremost, I want to show you guys that because I thought that was a really interesting piece of news. Next up on the news board here, we have Harmonic Surge cards being revealed. Now, if you guys are part of the Discord, you likely already saw these. And if you're not part of the Discord, you should definitely join the Nostalgix TCG Discord, because you get the first looks at stuff like this. I generally like to wait a day or two before I even do my own videos and posts on these, because I want to give people a chance who are in the Discord to kind of see things first. But I can't not share this, right? Look at this beautiful piece of art, the lava floor. This is actually a very playable cartoon. I'm telling you now, this is going to change the meta in Nostalgix TCG competitively. But this artwork here, there's already some memes going on. Let's see if I can find them down here, going on about like the Star Wars thing. If you're not with me, then you're my enemy. Here we go. Somebody came up with this one real quick. The whole like Star Wars high ground thing. But very cool stuff like that, you know. But yeah, we've gotten another update on another card, which Zaba has been very good about slowly leaking and revealing some of these cards. It whets your appetite just enough to keep you wanting more. And he doesn't disappoint. Every now and then he releases some other stuff. And even some pictures, not even context in cards, but just some pictures like this. Guitar Dragon. I'm very excited to see what this is and what it's all about. We obviously see that it is a fire type, but that's all we know. It's got a gold border on it, which means it's a rare card, which, I mean, it looks like it would be a rare card, but we don't know name. We don't know anything else about it, really. So it looks like Zama's actually edited the post to say Gadragon, so like Guitar Dragon. So it looks like that might be the name for it. I'm not 100% sure, but we're going to kind of go with that. The next bit of reveal information we have here is for Secret Shards 14. Now, Zaba, instead of leaking all the cards, has been kind of giving us little teases here and there like this on cards to expect in the upcoming Secret Shards. And kind of going through this poster here, this little picture, we have the Mushroom Guitarist, which I don't know if we've ever actually gotten his name or not, but he is a set 2 Harmonic Surge fighter. We have another creature over here, which kind of looks like it's a sea creature of some sort, but we're not really sure. I think this is the first time this has officially been revealed. If we continue on to the right here, it appears as if we have baby card dragon in a nice full art form. I'm very excited about this one. I do have a booster box dragon lion deck, and I might bling them out with some of these cards, but looks like jumbo card dragon as well, making a little bit of an appearance here. No booster box dragon though. He was in Secret Shards 5, if you're wondering. BB, we have a nice BB full art over here. I really like the artwork on this one. I'm very excited to see more of it. It looks fantastic. We have another Harmonic Surge spoiler card here with Magnafox. Now, we did see a little bit of something on Magnafox before. I don't know if it was a full card like this, but he revealed the creature itself and the name. So we've kind of seen a little bit of it. But now we're getting it in Secret Shards form, which I'm very much looking forward to as well. And then it looks like Detective Mako is the final of the regular cards in the set. It is looking dark and it is looking good. I like the dark cards. I don't know why. It's just the art style appeals to me. So I'm very much looking forward to that. But it looks as if the 1 in 25 chance of getting a Shattered Nexus rare is gonna be Nakira, Herald of the Kraken. So what it looks like to me on here. Very excited to see that. And maybe, just maybe, it'll be the first time I actually pull a Shattered Nexus rare for myself, because I still have not, with all the Secret Shards I've opened, still have not pulled one for myself. But for the other 24 out of 25, you will get the blank hero card, which, by the way, if you're doing custom heroes, I want to know. I want to see them. Make sure you join the Discord and drop them in the Nostalgix collection share so you can show off your artwork. Another big piece of information revealed very recently was that the actual set is going to drop June 2nd, 2023. We've got a new picture over here, like a new little background. You can see with no idea who this guy is. He was featured on one of the very quick spoiler cards, which we have no information on other than seeing it in a very quick blurry picture. It looks like we got like a turnip over here. I'm not sure. This might be a new one right here. It looks like we've got all kinds of new ones over here. Maybe you've seen this one before. I'm probably going to throw together a little set 2 spoiler list close to the actual release date so we can show off all the cards we've actually been shown so far. But it's looking really good. June 2nd is the official release date, and things have been, the cards themselves have been submitted to the printers, and they're being finalized, and pre-orders for distribution. So online game stores and brick and mortar stores have already gotten their pre-orders up for it. So if you own an LGS or an online shop or something and you want to be able to get in with Nostalgix on the second set, now is your chance. And there's also this right here that he recently announced, Nostalgix Buying and Media Kit. So a free poster for every LGS Direct partner. It's an 18 by 24, and it's obviously a promotional poster here. Free shipping for orders over $500. An order turnaround time is 40 hours from the product warehouse in New Jersey. Secret Shards and posters shipped from the headquarters in Minnesota, and all verified LGS gain access to exclusive items that promote community and growth. So if you are looking for a time and an opportunity to get into Nostalgix as a store or even like an online shop, then this is it right here. This is going to be a good way. And all the promotional items, like, they are really pushing the game, trying to get it out there into people's hands, which you don't see a lot of people doing, and I'm very happy that they're doing that. And now, with most of the news out of the way, I kind of want to get into a piece I've not done very much of, or at all really, for Nostalgix, and that is a market analysis and update. You guys know I'm not like big on markets and analysis, but I do watch them, and there's some people that have some very bitter ideas about Nostalgix, and I just don't understand why, because Nostalgix is doing very well on the market, and I'm gonna show you right now. So, as we take a look to good old infamous eBay, we are looking at the sold listings. Now, today, the time of this recording and showing is March 7th of 2023. And you can see right here on the very top one, it says March 7th, 2023. So we are getting all of the newest and quickest updates. So you guys can see that, like, there's nothing really, you guys can even go look at this for yourself if you really want to. And I encourage that, actually. If you're watching markets and this is your thing, this is your area that you want to watch, then you're probably already doing it. But make sure you kind of keep an eye on it, because there's a lot of people out there that are, and I don't want to say a lot of people because it's really not. It's a small, boisterous and loud community that is kind of shouting from the rooftops that Nostalgix is losing value. It's a tanking game and all that. And honestly, I don't even know where they're getting it from. Most people don't even take them as what they're saying is the truth anyway. Most people already know. But for those of you who may be new to Nostalgix and kind of hearing this for the first time, it might be discouraging to see somebody just screaming that Nostalgix is dying and all that. But I want to show you guys in black and white, or in this case green, that Nostalgix is certainly not there. It's actually doing way better than a lot of people are saying it is and predicting. And again, this is markets. This is secondary market. This is not necessarily how, like the controlled aspect of booster boxes and things like that, that, Nostalgix sells or that game stores sell. But this is strictly second market stuff, which a lot of people are into because of the investment piece of it. Now, as you can see here, the very top one you can see is a gold Puppet Master Wrong metal card out of 1,000. This was a Kickstarter pre-order thing. These on average have been going for about $20. So this one sells a little bit underneath that, but for $15, it's still not a bad price. And honestly, as we kind of go through and see, there's going to be some other listings that you'll see where they are up to 20, in some cases more than 20. So it kind of all rounds out and evens out to where some of these promos are right where they need to be. Other ones may, fluctuate just a little bit. One of those being is this Toxifox Collecticon promo card. Now, these are kind of hard to gauge because they're promo cards that were handed out for free. There's no initial monetary value on these, right? But we see that these are kind of going for about 20 bucks, which is good for secondhand market. It kind of sucks. Let's put it this way. It sucks for the people who are in the game and cannot get them or have no access to them, because this card is very playable and it's kind of exclusive. So it kind of sucks because you got to pay $20 for a single card. If you want a playset, that's $80. But rest assured that this character, Toxifox, is in Harmonic Surge, and the static text, the damage, everything about the card itself is likely to remain the same. This is just like a full art, special art card version of it. But nonetheless, it's selling for about 20 bucks, which really isn't bad. And then down here, you actually see for the Toxifox and the MJ promo is $40. These are hard to gauge because the MJ promo is not really intended to be sold, right? There's certain cards that are just, and we know that there's people that are going to get these and sell these innately, right? But there's only 100 of the MJ cards printed and made. They were all given to MJ for her to give out how she chooses and deems, in which the only way as of right now to get the MJ card legitimately is from MJ by buying one of the t-shirts that she sells, because she has her own printer company. But on here, somebody sold it for $40 along with the Collecticon promo. So if those kinds of promos are your thing, then there's a chance you can find some more, but they're pretty limited. And those, again, are very hard to gauge. And like, I have a promo card for MJ. I have it signed by her, and that is a card that I will never, ever get rid of. So some things just shouldn't be sold, but I understand that people are going to sell, they're going to do whatever they can do to sell things. I do want to address this box right here, because I know there's certain people out there that are going to be screaming from the hilltops about the price because this is being sold for less than $60.30. When it has a little dash there, that means a best offer was accepted, which usually is below that price. Now this is Australian and it's converted to US currency here, US dollars, because that's what I have as my currency. So it's saying it sold for less than $67.30 US dollars, plus the $13 shipping. But I do want to point out that whoever was selling this, I don't think really understood what they had, because this is a first edition booster box, which it does say, but it also says Kickstarter on here, and it's not a Kickstarter box because that's day zero. It's a whole different print. So not really sure what that was all about, but it did sell for less than that, and it did come from Australia. So it's kind of iffy on how that actually sold and what it went for. And I tend to not really believe listings like this just because there's a change in currency. The listing is not even really 100% accurate, so I wouldn't really go by that. But just know, for the sake of clarity, that one did sell for less than $67. And I do want to take the time to point out that some of these things being sold are by people who are just dumping product. It does look bad initially, especially if you go into the buy sell trade Discord. There were people for a while just trying to get rid of it because they considered it a failed TCG after like a month, which kind of blows my mind. And people like me were just buying it up because we want to hold it and we want to invest in it. And they were selling boxes for like $50. And that should not really indicate what the market is at. People who dump really tend to hurt and ruin things. Look at Card Shop Live, or what were they called before? Channel Fireball, selling booster boxes of certain TCGs for like $40. That really tanks the value of things. But at the same time, people see that and they know that's not the real value of what they're going for, because these guys are just, they can sell for that low, so they do. So I just want to throw that out there too, that not everything going for low ball prices is like accurate, and it's not going to stay that way. But we have some slabs here, some nice slabs. A Beckett 9.5 gold metal card of Puppet Master Wrong sold for less than $100. Now it doesn't actually say what it sells for. Majority of the time, and this is, take this with a grain of salt as well, because again, it's not for sure, it's not accurate because it doesn't actually say it on here. But a lot of times people put like do not accept offers below X amount of dollars. So in this case, my guess is it probably didn't sell for lower than $75. If somebody's listing at $100, I'd be kind of hard pressed to think that they would sell it for way less than that. But again, that's just my guesstimate. And I think I have a relatively good understanding of how these work. And from my own experience trying to buy and sell on eBay, that's probably where I think the majority of people would put the bottom dollar at, is $75. So to me, I'm going to say this sold for about $75 or more. We don't really know, so I'm going to bottom out at 75 for the 9.5, which is pretty good. And then less than $45 for the 9.0. This one, in my opinion, sold a little bit too low. I think that the nines could even sell higher than this, but probably wouldn't have gone lower than like $35 for this. So not bad. It's a 0.5 difference. I think the 9.5 likely sold for what it's actually going to be valued at. I think somebody got a little bit of a deal on the 9. But then again, there might not be a whole lot of them out there, and people just don't always know right away how to price them out. Case in point, here's a silver metal Puppet Master Wrong card that sold for $20. And remember, we saw the gold one earlier that sold for $15. So they're kind of all over the place a little bit, but they still have like an average, like a relative group where they're selling it. So they're not tanking by any stretch of the imagination. They're actually holding where they've been for the last couple months. And remember, Nostalgix is only about 6 or 7 months old. It's not even been a full year yet. So it just blows my mind how fast people go down the rabbit hole here. But we have a Day Zero Kickstarter booster box. Now, this is the actual Kickstarter booster box. It's Day Zero, sold for $79, so just about 80 bucks. From my experience, that's about average on eBay, the secondary market. That's about average for what they're going for. Now, there's certain events and places, like if you go to Whatnot, or if you go to what's the other one, Drip, I think. There's certain like online game stores and stuff that are selling these boxes for $100 or more, and they're still selling pretty consistently. So you're not always going to get them for this price. And that's why I want to say before earlier that like these are just averages. These are not like, a lot of people take eBay solds as like God's word for things. And these prices have to be taken with a grain of salt when you think about it, because this is just a reference number. Doesn't mean that all of them are selling that way. If you see an online card shop that's selling them for, $90, $100, they're likely not going to give it to you for this $79 price. And there's a good chance you're probably not going to find another box on eBay for that price either. You could, but not likely. All right, moving on, we see some singles. Now, this I think is the biggest telling sign that Nostalgix is still doing well, is because a single first edition holographic card, again, they're saying Kickstarter rare holo. That doesn't make sense to me because it's first edition. It can't be first edition and Kickstarter. But it sold for $6. A single holographic card sold for $6. There's so many Pokemon cards, ultra rares, full arts, hyper rares that don't sell for these prices. This is a holographic card. It's not a full art. It's not a void rare. It's a holographic selling for $6. That is a pretty strong sign for the secondary market for Nostalgix to me. And I think a lot of other people would say the same thing. The next one down here, don't really know what the card was, but it says 99 cents to $6, which could have been another one like this, We don't really know, but we do have below it two Appliths, one that sold for $4.50 and one that sold for $5. Again, both first edition holographic cards selling for $5. That's a pretty tale-telling sign, if you ask me, that the game is doing well, is that the singles are selling. And I think it's gonna be even better once TCG Player finally brings Nostalgix onto the bandwagon and start selling them on there. I think you're gonna see some of these prices even go up because people are looking to buy singles. There's not a lot on eBay. There really isn't, and people are going to be paying some prettier pennies. In my personal prediction here, I think people are going to pay a little bit more to find cards on TCG Player that they're not able to find on here. So I'm very excited about that. I hope TCG Player does it very soon because there's tons of singles that I want to buy for myself. But we have another Toxifox promo here for $15. Again, 15 to 20. There's a little bit of fluctuation there, but that's a solid number to land at, honestly. Again, promos are hard to gauge because they're not really, there's no initial monetary value assigned to them, but $15 for a promo card is pretty good. There's very few Pokemon promos that are going to go for this price, right? Some alternate art, full arts. That's about what they're going at. So this holding at 15 to 20 bucks, pretty good. All right, and as we continue on, these are signs that the market is strong for Nostalgix. I want to reiterate that because these cards are all selling for good prices. This is a Day Zero booster box dragon that sold for $20, almost $8 shipping. We're not really going to include shipping though, but 20 bucks for a single holographic card. Again, Pokemon cannot compete with that. Magic can't even really compete with that. I really don't know much about Yu-Gi-Oh, but I don't really see too many big Yu-Gi-Oh cards that are regular like that too. Could be wrong, but I don't really see it. Day Zero Gamatron, 20 bucks. I mean, these are where the prices have been increasing, is some of these singles like this. you're not guaranteed these in a booster box. Like, you could get a booster box that doesn't have the booster box dragon or the Gamatron, or you might get one of each, or one or the other, you know, or maybe multiple. It's possible. Continuing on, we have a first edition Gamatron going for $9.99. So $10 difference there. But obviously the Day Zero is way more, there's a much smaller print run for it. So these are much more in demand, much harder to get. But continuing on just a little bit more, because I think you guys are all kind of seeing here the trends that are going up for Nostalgix. You got another $15 promo, Toxifox. You got a Void Rare First Edition Gamatron going for $30. In my opinion, that is actually relatively low. I think this card could probably go for more, but $30 for a Void Rare, that's affordable. So that should excite people who are new and trying to get into the game, because you can get a special card like this for a pretty good price, but also it's $30 for a card. That holds some good value for a Kickstarter TCG. There's a lot of those Kickstarter TCGs out there that already are tanking and the values really are going down, but Nostalgix is holding. This and the Gamatron, by the way, is one of the harder Void Rares to pull. Now, this one right here, Kickstarter Day Zero Void Rare Engineer Up. It's one of the easier Void Rares to get, but it says it best offer was accepted from $20. I don't see this going below $15, but even still, $15 is good for a Void Rare like that. Day Zero, I think this could have and probably should have gone a little higher, but it's very good at where it's at. It's still very strong and stable. Same for the Evangeline. This one's a little bit harder to pull than the Engineer Up. Somebody definitely got a good deal for that one, and I'm kind of jealous. I wish that was me. It wasn't me, but the Void Rare Evangeline Day Zero, another good card to pick up, but still going for, I'm going to guess around $15 each. I really don't see somebody offering 50% off and getting accepted on that. We got a couple decks here for $10 plus $5 shipping. But decks are hard to gauge, man. Give me a TCG where the decks, besides Commander and Magic the Gathering, where the decks are going for like MSRP on the secondary market, because they're not. Magic's different. Commander's different. Commander, they sometimes pack those decks full of cards that are worth way more than what they're selling them for. But you get a simple value with the Nostalgix decks. You get the actual deck, which includes a foil hero. The only way to get those foil heroes, by the way, you get a pack of 4 10-sided D10s and a rule book. Somebody got a really good deal on these. I'm just gonna say it, because they go for a little bit more than that. On average, I've been seeing about $20 a deck. So that's a deal right there. Continuing on a little bit, somebody, here we go again with the price is kind of fluctuating a bit. Somebody got a good deal on a Nostalgix First Edition booster box here, and again, it looks as if it's a somebody who's trying to dump the product they have. If you click on this and you go through their whole profile, they had more that they sold for about this price, a little bit higher, and they got a couple more for sale. So likely just somebody trying to get rid of an offload product. But maybe they just felt like giving somebody a good deal. I don't know. But $60 for a booster box is still higher than a lot of other TCGs. And it is first edition. It is not Day Zero. And a lot of people, I've been seeing, it's not a lot of people, it's the same group of people actually, have been trying to tell me that Nostalgix is dying. And they've been using stuff like this as an example, and then they keep going, the Kickstarter's dead. I'm like, that's not even the Kickstarter booster box, my guy. But we have more singles here. $7 for a Rosarine, $10 for the Void Rare. You got $30 for Secret Shards. Look at this, okay? Let's just look at this for a second. $450 for a first edition booster box case. Enough said right there. We were talking about, some people selling their booster boxes dirt cheap. This sold for $450. Don't even factor in the shipping, because they're almost to $500 for a case. At $450, that's, what is that, $75 a booster box? I mean, for first edition, and we saw some people offloading their day zeros for about that same price. So like, this is comparable to what they should be actually going for. I mean, that's a strong number. That's a strong number. And here again, we have a very special limited card, the Lucky Frog Champion Trophy card, going for $400. Somebody was recently trying to tell me there is nothing collectible about Nostalgix. I just want to say there's a $400 mistake staring you in the face, my dude. And I will take it one step further, because if you go down here, there's a $350 champion card. Now, these are the only 2 champion cards in existence right now, because there's only been 2 official tournaments played. So $350 and $400, but there's nothing collectible in Nostalgix. It's just, you know, whatever. You see, you hear things, you see things. I'm just going to put it out there for you. There's definitely things to collect in Nostalgix. And I just wanted to kind of give you guys this little bit of a market update, just to show you guys what is truly going on. And there you guys go. Again, I'm not really a big market analysis type of guy. I hate looking and comparing a TCG's success or fail rate to secondary market stuff. But I really felt the need to dive into it a little bit and show you guys, because there's definitely some loud voices out there trying to really talk down on Nostalgix and really trying to get new players and collectors and people away from the game, because they're bitter about who knows what. They spent thousands of dollars in it and they couldn't immediately flip it for millions of dollars, and they're a little bit upset. Don't let those types of people fool you. Don't let them ruin anything for you. I literally just went down the eBay listing with you guys and showed you everything. You saw it for yourself too, what is going on in there. And I think that is it's very telling. It's a telling sign that Nostalgix is doing very well in a down economy, a bad market, and during a time where there's a lot of TCGs coming into play. Look, it's there. It's in black and white, and eBay's sold case, it's green. It tells you that these prices are staying, they're holding, and for certain things, they're actually climbing and going up. And part of this too, part of this market update, I don't have any like visible proof to show you guys, but most of you know that I went to Collecticon Orlando and I volunteered at the Nostalgix booth there, which phenomenal experience, by the way. And the Nostalgix team was incredible. Some amazing, truly amazing people there. But we sold so many booster boxes, first edition boxes, at $120. That's the MSRP. That is that's what the boxes should be selling for, right? That's if you buy them from Nostalgix or from game stores or things like that, that's what they're selling for. Again, separate from what eBay sold in the secondary market is doing, because a lot of people are dumping product. They're just trying to get rid of it, and that will not last. I'm telling you now. I'm telling you now. You saw some evidence of it already on the secondary market, where the prices are increasing and increasing. People are the dumping is gonna stop. I'm telling you now, it will stop. And I think it's going to stop very soon, especially when Harmonic Surge hits and people really start getting into and investing in this game. TCG or LGSs are starting to really invest in this game, in the gameplay. Online stores are doing the same thing. People are picking this game up left and right. I know people are out there trying to say that, like, I'm just, I'm a Nostalgix man, and that I'm saying this because X, Y, and Z. I'm telling you, and I'm showing you guys, that's the reason why I'm doing some of these updates and this Nostalgix news pieces, is to show you guys what's going on. But the facts remain that, Games by James just picked up Nostalgix. Zaba, the creator of the game, has been out there teaching all of their staff how to play the game, showing the game, and they've loved it. They are selling the product. That's a huge market for the Midwest alone. And I'm telling you, this is just the beginning. The dumping will stop. It always does. With all these TCGs and things, dumping will stop. And when all these disgruntled individuals are done dumping their product, there's not going to be these cheap prices anymore. Day zero boxes are going to skyrocket. First edition base set boxes are going to skyrocket. Like I'm telling you, this is what we saw with Pokemon. This is what we see with Magic. It's what we're seeing with a lot of other TCGs that are like making it in this market. That's what's happening. The disgruntled people are getting out. Once they're out, that cheap market is gone. So like if you really want to get into Nostalgix, this is definitely the best time. I'm not telling you to buy anything. I'm not telling you to go out there and spend all your money on it. I'm saying if you want to and you want to get on it while it's cheap, this is definitely the time to do so. There will still always be plenty of opportunities to get into it. Nostalgix base set, first edition, I think there was it 20,000 booster boxes. It may have been 25,000, but I think it was 20,000. So there's a good amount of it out there, but more people buy it up and start ripping it. People like me, I buy up those boxes and I start ripping them. You know, I'm one of those people that help you guys who are holding on to a bunch of it with your investments, because I'm literally making dents in the market with literally what I'm buying and ripping. But again, not trying to tell you guys to like go out there and buy all that stuff. Just if you want to buy it while it's cheap, the dumping will stop, and it's gonna stop really soon. I really think that's gonna be the case. Again, Collecticon, we sold a ton of booster boxes, blisters, decks. Even at my own game store, which just started selling Nostalgix about a month ago, I don't even think it's been a full month yet. They've sold out of just about everything they've gotten. They had a booster box. They had a whole case of blisters. They had decks. Gone. And that's just one small example. My LGS is pretty small. It is one small example of what's happening around the country right now. Around the world, actually. Australia is going hard. I'm telling you guys, Australia is going super hard on Nostalgix right now. They're kind of flying under the radar. Most of us, and most of you guys, my viewers, are in the United States or in Canada, may not be watching what's happening in Australia with Nostalgix, but they are buying it up. It's becoming big over there. Like, it's really becoming big. And it's carrying over here. More and more LGSs are picking up and carrying Nostalgix. I did my last update for Nosteram News was the NGEM update, which is the online software that tracks points and stuff for when you go to your LGS and you play in a league tournament for the week. You get X amount of points depending on where you land. Just like in Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic, all those games, they have their tracking, the worldwide tracking, point tracking software. Nostalgix has that. Oh, I think it's like over 200 players have already signed up. Mind you, Nostalgix League hasn't even started yet. And I think over 100 LGSs at this point have already signed up. And most LGSs don't know about it yet because it hasn't officially started. I'm just saying. Nostalgix they're making really big steps. I think they're doing things the right way. The gameplay is phenomenal. Everybody who plays the game has already talked about how great it is. I honestly have not seen any bad reviews on gameplay. I haven't. I played a lot of people at Collecticon. Nobody had anything bad to say. But that's just me. You know whom I am, just some nostalgic shill, apparently. But I wanted to bring you guys some of those updates. And I know this was a really long video. I'm sorry about that. But wanted to take you guys through a little journey here and let you see what I see and what is factual, what is evidence-based, and let you guys make your own decisions. But that's all I have. I'm long-winded. My throat is hurting. I need water. That's all I've got. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Please remember to smash that like button if you like this type of content, if you like my videos, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. But I don't know if I'm going to do any more market updates. I don't know. Maybe in the future. I don't know. I don't really like doing market updates because I want to enjoy the TCG. I don't want to worry about the investment piece, but I know some of you guys do. So let me know if you want to see more market updates. Maybe I'll consider doing more. But that's all we have. Thank you guys. We'll see you in the next video.